welcome back to the Peter H channel. I'm stood in my bike shed, which is where I keep the tools looking after my Nissan Micra, and today I want to have a look at my tyre pressures. I keep a rather silly little chart on the wall that tells me my Micra tyre pressures, so the rear is 29 and the front is 32, and I keep it in PSI. So I keep a foot pump in the back of my car. This one was £13 something, it was under £14, and it's got a little analog gauge on it. It's just a foot pump, it's not electric or anything, it's strictly analog. Yeah, so I keep it in PSI because I've got this little pocket gauge which fits in your pocket like a pen, and it's best if we just, the units of this are PSI. So I'm stood here, I'm sat here on a nice day by my tyre, which is the front near side tyre, which is the right hand side tyre. Manual recommends you do this when the tyres are cold, so actually driving to the petrol station, if you have to drive a long way, it might not be such a good idea. Anyway, this has got a green valve cap, which means it's got nitrogen inside it, which should last longer, but it's been years since I've checked these. So the green cap is slightly more expensive gas, but if the tyre pressures are wrong... Now this one is reading easily 25, a little bit into 26, so it isn't 26, it's just above 25, and it should be 32, so these are quite low. So taking the foot pump out of the box, it's quite simple to set it up. It has these yellow plastic catches at the bottom, and you just push those forward and it springs into this shape. Take my cap back off. Doesn't matter what colour your cap is, but they do put green ones on nitrogen, and it's supposed to withstand temperature changes better than regular air. So you just screw the end of the foot pump into that valve. It's given us a reading here of 20. It might change as soon as I start pressing. You don't need to use your foot. Let's have a look at it now. That's still 20. Maybe using my foot. I can hear some air going in there now. So after quite a lot of foot pumping, we're getting a reading of 32. So take the valve off. You always lose a little tiny little bit, but quite a good pump actually. Got to remember to replace your valve cap, otherwise filling it with air might not be so easy the next time. So another idea is just to write the pressures on a piece of masking tape and just leave it on your foot pump. You know, 32 front, 29 rear. So I'm just going around each tyre and checking the pressure. Just take off the valve cap. This is a nice black one, which means it's got regular air in the tyre, hopefully. I'm using the gauge on this fairly inexpensive foot pump. It's just a single barrel foot pump, as they say. And the PSI I'm looking for, well, what we'll do is just attach the foot pump. It just screws on like that. Don't need to press anything, just let the threads take it up. Just makes a little hiss there, probably got drowned out by that passing traffic. And straight away the gauge is telling me it's about 24, and it needs to be 29 at the back. I've got to put a little bit of air in. I'll just press it by hand. You could press it with your foot. I need the workout for my biceps. Also, I want to keep my foot pump quite clean. time, so I'll come back to that. So 29 is what I was looking for, and on this gauge I've tried to go in between the 28 and the 30 with the orange needle there. So now I can just remove that as quickly as I can so I don't lose so much air. And you're supposed to do this when the tyre's cold, which is why driving to the petrol station might not be the best way to get very accurate result, but I'm not sure that's a very accurate gauge. But it's a new gauge, so it's probably more accurate than the other gauge that I've got. So then when you're done with this foot pump, you just press it closed and then bring this yellow tab over. It's difficult to do it one-handed, but there it is, and that's locked in. Goes over the other side as well. And then you put it back in the box and back in a safe place. Oh well, thanks for watching, and I hope you found that useful, interesting and entertaining as well. So thanks for watching again, and stay safe.